This thing's gonna be like the Fort Knox of gardens against rabbits, and gives more lettuce and stuff for us. Come on, chickens.
Hi guys, Amanda from Whitewood Acres, and thanks for joining me on part 3 of my critter-proof garden. So after living on this homestead for 5 years, I never really needed a fence until last year, and all of a sudden the rabbits just descended on me and they demolished my entire garden. And you know, it's not just the rabbits. I have lots of homegrown pests too. Blackberry, the pig, we've got chickens, we've got dogs, I have a son, and everybody always wants to be right in the garden. So just to recap, in part 1 and 2, we spent the last couple weeks working on this. So check out part 1 if you haven't already. This is mostly prep work where we are prepping the soil, tilling it, giving a rake, putting in a tarp over top and letting the soil prepare for when the garden is ready. We also expanded our size. So part 2 was measuring string lines, digging post holes, and sinking some posts. Part 3 is everything completed right down to the planting. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got it. All right. Woo, 4 more to go. Oh, it's stuck on the cross. Wow, I can't believe you did that yourself. Whoa. Titus, that must be super heavy, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, everything's level, and when I have the mesh on, I'll put the boards on top of it and kind of sandwich it in and start finishing off the rest of this fence. I have 50 feet of hardware mesh, and I pretty much need like 49 and a half, so I can't make any mistakes whatsoever. So I'm gonna measure twice and cut once on this one. I'm not even really sure where I'm gonna roll it out because the yard is so muddy, but I'm gonna have to just get dirty, I guess, and rolled so I can put it on. This is just so muddy, I can't even lay anything on the ground or move the mesh around. It's just like gathering mud. So I'm gonna put some cardboard down and hopefully I can move the roll around with the cardboard. Okay, so I'm trying to do a couple things here. I want this to be level with the orange line that I have here, which is 2 feet. Well, I also want to put it behind this board and screw it in, so I want to secure the end of it to the shed. I bought like super heavy duty hardware mesh, so this is very rigid. I had exactly 50 feet left over from when I did the chicken run, and I bought a thicker gauge because I was trying, or I had in mind predators that might eat the chickens or dig underneath. So I wanted it to be able to withstand that kind of pressure. So this is like really something to try and maneuver right now. Okay, so I'm gonna put 1 screw in and then I will figure out my vertical level line. All right, so I've got a few things going on here in this step. First off, this is my level line. So I am following this all the way around the garden. That's going to make sure that this side is the same as this side and nothing gets put on crooked. Okay, so I've got a little piece of 1x3 that I painted white yesterday. And what I'm going to do is fold the hardware mesh and tuck it in right behind this board here. I've actually recessed this post a little bit past this post so I could bring my 2x4 across and not have it on the front of this pillar. Be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So the mesh will get sandwiched behind this board and then it'll start coming across here. And this is our level line, so we want to keep our mesh at the top of this line, and then the rails will go on also following this line on the top and the bottom, and we'll staple all the mesh to the boards along the way. So yesterday I started from the shed and came towards the gate. Today I'm starting towards the gate and going to the shed, and that's actually a calculated move because this starts getting rolled up really tight in the center, and it's a lot harder to get it flattened out and super flush when you're attaching it. So I want this to look as good as possible from the front, and so on the outside of the roll it's a lot flatter. It's not kinked up as much as the middle is where it's rolled so tight. So it might be a little bit uglier, this stuff in the middle, which would be the end of the roll. And I want to make sure that's over there at the back of the shed, as far away from people's eye as possible. This is always tricky, just getting the first. There goes Rick on the lawnmower. I'm laughing because our lawnmower is in the shop, and that's what the mechanic gave us to borrow while ours is in the shop. It's like 100-year-old wooden tractor. He's gonna be mowing the lawn for a couple extra hours than he usually is because it goes so slow. So this little tool that I'm using is definitely worth a mention. I'm using it to cut my hardware mesh, which if you've ever tried to cut that stuff, you know what a pain in the butt it is, and it's so sharp, it's stabby. I got this thing last year because I was cutting tin. I used this to cut all of the roof metal for the chicken run and for BB's little house. And it was awesome. It cuts like butter. Like it just goes into your drill and it screws onto the bottom, and it's just like this little motor powered cutter now. It's so awesome. I'm going to use it to cut off the end of the hardware mesh when I get to the end of the roll, which is coming up very soon. And that's how I cut the roll in half when I got to the edge at the gate the other day. Anyways, I'm not sponsored by DeWalt or anything, but this is such a cool gadget. This way. Oh, I love it.
Pretty awesome.
That is a pretty little garden. put the little blocks in.
How you feeling?
I feel like I have my own Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Like, it's just a little dream come true, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love it. Gate really brings it home.
I get more food.
More food. And the rabbits have to go find their own food.
Yeah.
Like they're supposed to. Oh my god, I love this moment. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, come on, littles.
Thank you for watching.